Friends Hot Seat. I'm Tom Hoffman with One-to-One Media. Joining me today is Gorelov, CEO at SpeechCycle. Today we'll be discussing best practices for utilizing smartphone applications to engage customers and enrich their experiences. Zor, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tom.
Zor, what are examples of some of the types of rich phone applications that companies have created to enhance customer experiences for smartphone users?
Let me start by defining what we call rich phone applications. It's a new category of software solutions that drive enhancements on customer experience, both for traditional phone users, but also, more importantly, for consumers who are calling contact centers at a corporation on their smartphones. So there are three attributes of rich phone applications. First and foremost, rich phone applications are an extension of the enterprise IT systems. We feel that as companies make investments in the existing legacy or new infrastructure, to be CRM, business process management, knowledge management systems, those systems need to be extensible to multiple self-service channels. Obviously, web self-service and ability to service customers on the web has been very successful. And so what rich phone applications do, they allow companies to extend that infrastructure to the phone channel, both standard phone or POTS or smartphone as well. So integration with enterprise systems is the first attribute of the rich phone applications. A second feature, very important one of rich phone applications, is ability to use natural language understanding. People are getting tired of limitations of today's IVRs, navigating the maze of the menus. So we feel that understanding customer intent very rapidly, whether using speech or whether they're texting on a smartphone with natural language and mapping it to a function provided by enterprise system for self-service is extremely important. So natural language is number two. And number three is, while the bulk of the customer care interactions still happen on the phone, more and more of these phone interactions are happening on smartphones, with the market penetration of smartphones growing very rapidly. So smartphone readiness and smartphone enablement is the third key attribute of rich phone applications. So rich phone applications are about extending enterprise systems to phone and smartphones. It's ability to use natural language with speech and text to understand and quickly recognize customer intent and respond to it, and also providing out-of-the-box smartphone enablement. So that's what we call rich phone applications. Rich internet applications, as you know, is a category that was successfully pioneered by Adobe, Google, and Microsoft, and we liked a lot of concepts, and we felt that rich phone applications really extension of rich internet application category to drive customer experience enhancements in self-service.
So how can companies strike a balance between meeting the customer service needs of smartphone users while ensuring that they're not ignoring the customer experience requirements of other mobile phone customers?
That's a great question. The companies make, as I said, billions of dollars in investment in IT infrastructure, and they need to provide self-service on the web, they need to provide self-service on the phone, and now there is this new smartphone thing where one can actually do a lot of clever things that both combine voice interactions with visual. So how do the company do that? How do IT organizations prepare themselves for doing that? Well, we believe that what IT organizations need to do, they need to start by creating what some people refer to as customer interaction hubs. Basically, the key piece of infrastructure that combines all their IT assets and make those assets extensible and accessible on multiple customer interaction channels. Another aspect of it with a rich phone application is something that we call design once, deploy anywhere model, where companies, once you have that customer interaction hub in place, you can actually build adapters that take those interactions and extend them to various customer interaction channels. In other words, you design your customer experience management once and then use RPAs to seamlessly extend that experience to web, phone, or smartphone channel. So it's really about consolidating IT assets in a single customer interaction hub and then going from there.
What recommendations would you offer to organizations as to how they should create optimal customer experience strategies and applications for smartphone users? What are some useful starting points?
We believe that the priorities in customer care and contact center are shifting. from a simple call deflection or call automation to a blended end-to-end customer experience optimization. Companies need to really look at holistically at their self-service strategy and create these customer interaction hubs. Effectively, companies need to focus on communication enabling their enterprise infrastructure. And it starts at multiple touch points, whether you start at the web, whether you start in a voice self-service channel on IVR, on smartphone, and it extends all the way through live agent desktop. The ability to build that infrastructure that provides seamless customer care experience for customers from A to Z is the number one thing that company can do. We talked about using natural language. I think it's important that consumers are able to get their questions answered and resolved very quickly. So, and the new generation of consumers growing up doing Google searches, ability to enter a query or say a query and for system to come back and service you is very, very important. We also believe that when it comes to smartphone devices, the medium and form factors are very different than on the web. And on the web, I can Google a knowledge-based article or FAQ, and I may take some extra time to read those. Well, smartphone is very, very different. In smartphone, in order for self-service to work effectively on smartphone, users need to be engaged in a dialogue, not just viewing of knowledge-based articles or FAQs. And the last but not least, my last recommendation is for companies in customer care, not just go off and build an iPhone app because it's a hot thing to do, but really look at the very broad device coverage. You know, some of their customers will carry Windows mobile devices and Blackberries and Android phones, and most of their customers will carry simple mobile phones. So really, ability to provide customer care strategy that covers very broad range of devices from desk phones to feature phones to smartphones is essential as well.
To learn more about relationship strategy, visit www.one2onemedia.com.